Hi, this is Linz from Sweet Natured, and this is our entertainment review on board Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady. As always, I'm joined by Marky.
Hello.
Hello, who put the video together, and this is my first time watching, so let's see what we can see.
It's entertainment review time, Linz.
Ooh.
I'm genuinely excited for this one because it was so much fun putting it together.
It was so much fun when we were there.
It was even more fun when we were there. Now, to be clear, the entertainment on here, if you've been on Virgin before, this is now classed as Season 2. That's
Okay.
their phrasing, not ours.
Okay.
Where they've changed things up, starting with Resilient and then Brilliant, and it's rolling out onto the other ships eventually.
Yes. Yeah.
But we'll start off by just having a look at Sailaway. Mm-hmm. Do you think these are like normal Sailaway?
No. Also, you get free drinks.
They do. They bring the, we'll say champagne, because that's what they refer to as. I
Yeah.
can't say it is champagne or Prosecco.
Okay.
It's something fizzy
Yes.
and tasty
Yeah.
and free.
Yes.
And as you can tell, we were all enjoying drinking the free and fizzy.
Yes.
Including the crew,
Oh.
who they let have it as well. But we're going to start off from the entertainment by looking at the shows.
Okay.
Now, when Virgin first came out,
Yeah.
the shows were quite controversial
Yes.
in that people felt they were a bit strange.
I was
shall we
going to say weird, but okay, I know where you're coming from.
But we're going to start off looking at Persephone.
Persephone?
Persephone.
Persephone.
All right, Persephone. You say Persephone. I say
No, it's Persephone. It's
All right,
Persephone.
Which is, they class it as an immersive show.
Oh, it's
meaning
definitely
that
that.
it happens all around you. But you're not taking part in it. There's no getting you on stage or anything like that. There's just things happening
Around you.
everywhere.
Yes.
You're just constantly turning your head. And
And your body.
well, yeah, and your body, and moving around, because there are times where they come out into the crowd and they'll sort of gently move you to a side. Because we were stood right in front of what's classed as the main stage.
Yes.
But at one point they started jumping between that stage and the one next to us where we were stood.
Yes.
So we were moved slightly to the side.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, you can say this about all the entertainment on Virgin, but it's all adult-based, which means they're not afraid to swear.
No.
And if I hadn't cut out in a couple of seconds' time, you would have seen several swear words on the screen.
Oh, on the screen? Oh.
Yeah. Which is part of what this song was.
Oh, wow.
And you can tell from your face. But we can't put them on.
No, goodness,
on,
no.
Here. We were really genuinely surprised with Persephone.
Persephone. Well done.
Thank you. Because it replaced the Untitled Dance Party.
Yes.
And that were never one of our favourite shows. Whereas this has gone right to the very top straight
We
away.
really enjoyed it. And this is the first night, so there's no easing you into it.
No, there's not. 'Cause, I mean, later on you'll see from this, we went from this to the pyjama party.
And that's why I've got pyjamas on.
Which is why you have pyjamas on, in case anyone was wondering. But it's sort of a mix of sort of a I'll say traditional musical, but I don't really mean it like that, where you've got singers and dancers on stage, and you've got acrobatics, sort of Cirque du Soleil type thing. And then you've got things like this.
Thrown in with a Greek myth.
Yeah, because it's all about the myth of sort of Hades and Persephone.
The seasons. We loved it. Absolutely loved it.
It was absolutely mind-blowing. And you can tell from everyone else around, there's no one stood there watching it with sort of grumpy faces.
No.
Everyone was so into it. But that also included the crew. And as you said, this was on our first night.
Yeah.
Now, the show's on, I think it was on 2 or 3 times during our cruise. We do know the people that went back to see it twice. We didn't get a chance to see it twice.
No.
But I would have absolutely loved to have done.
I would have stood in the same place again as well.
Would you?
So get there a little bit earlier.
Well, as you could see when we came in right at the start of this bit, we were sort of one of the earlier ones in there. So we had that sort of thing. But we said when we came out of it that we thought this was probably the best show we've ever seen at sea.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you thought?
Yeah. And we've given that a 10 out of 10.
I mean, we really enjoyed it. 10. I mean, okay, 10.
It was just so
I know,
good.
no, you're right. I mean, look at my face. I really, really loved it.
Would you like to take 2 seconds to invite people to subscribe before we go on to the next show?
Oh, I would. Oh my goodness, I would love to invite you to subscribe. That's not how you're going to feel if you do. And thank you if you
And
do.
you can follow us on all the usual social media. And if you'd like to see some more videos where we can show a little bit more, then maybe think about becoming a sweet naturist.
Oh my!
When I say a little bit more, I mean more content as opposed to. Anyway, let's move on. The next show is, they class it as festival stage. The other shows that we're going to show are there for the season. Festival stage, they get a different perform on each time.
Is it every time, or do they have a little few?
They have them rolling, so I don't know if he stays on for 2 or 3 cruises.
No, yeah.
But it were really good. We had a guy called Abandoman who was improv, musical improv.
Rap artist.
Yeah, and we've given it a 7 out of 10. Those
7.5,
sort of things,
I think you'd put.
7.5 out of 10. 7.5 out of 10. Misbehave show.
Loved it. If you see any show on, this is the one you need to see. Loved it. We went twice.
We did go twice. If they'd have been on 3 times, we'd have gone 3 times.
I think we became misbehaved groupies as well.
I think we did. I've deliberately not put much of the show in here because I don't want to spoil it for people.
Also, I feel we'd been stricken from YouTube.
No, I don't think we would.
I think we would.
I could have put bits in that were suitable, I'm sure.
I don't know.
Maybe. But trust us, go see this one. Harriet and Bo were just absolutely fantastic. Boo, rather, sorry. Just brilliant. And it is, without doubt, the funniest show we've ever seen on a cruise ship. I'd probably go more than that. It's the funniest show I've ever seen.
It was hilarious. Loved it.
And again, we'd give that
it.
a perfect score, 10 out of 10.
Oh, my
because
goodness.
I genuinely can't think how that could have been better.
I'm giving it an 11.
11 out of 10.
Yes.
The next show on board is Mangler.
Oh.
Member of the Tragic Circle. Now, if you've ever seen The Play That Goes Wrong or The Show That Goes Wrong, which is on TV, this is from the same team that did it. And this joined Virgin directly from the West End.
Yeah, London's
Again, I'm
West
not
End.
going to spoil anything
Oh,
on
my
this,
goodness.
but it's just absolutely brilliant.
We were crying. Absolutely crying.
There is a bit of interaction in it with the crowd, but we've given that a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Next up, Lola's Library.
Oh, saucy.
Hey, well, this were difficult to find bits that I could put in. This is absolutely, I mean, you can tell from the outfits.
Whatever your persuasion, there is something for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Something for everyone in the show. It is a 3-hour cabaret with breaks at about 50 minutes for 15 minutes.
Yes.
Some of the parts go 45 minutes, some go a little bit longer. It is absolutely fantastic. They don't expect you to stay there for the full 3 hours.
No.
The people can come and go, and it runs quite a few times during the 7-night
Oh, my
cruise.
goodness, this guy.
He were in quite a few of the other shows.
Yes, he was. He's very athletic,
He
I
is.
think the term is.
But what happened is a lot of people did stay and watch all 3 hours.
Yes, he did.
Because it was done in the manor. So
Yeah.
there's a bar there, and
They were bringing
waiting
drinks
services,
round. Yeah.
And it's just absolutely fantastic. It's inclusive. It's not a paid one. It's not like Another Rose. This is just a show. But I've not come across any other show on, well, that I can think of anywhere, but certainly on a cruise line, that compares to this.
I was going to say something then, but no, yeah, I totally agree. Wowzers.
I mean,
wowzers.
In parts, again, you've got Cirque du Soleil type performances, but in parts, it's a burlesque show.
It is.
But also a comedy show.
There's no nudity.
No.
Like, you're not, it's not
No, the levels to which you're seeing there, which is still,
pretty saucy.
yeah.
It's not Moulin
That's as
Rouge.
much as it goes.
But they're not, no.
But you're not going to see that on Royal Caribbean. You're not going to see it on Disney ships.
I mean, you imagine the P&O chicken if one of those people popped out.
That would have been way better. But we absolutely loved it, and we would encourage you to go see this. And again, another perfect score. That's 3 shows that we've given 10 out of 10 to.
Oh, my
Because
goodness.
again, I just can't think how I would have made it better. Now, Another Rose, we are doing a full review on this shortly.
Yes.
So I've only covered a little bit within here.
Yeah.
But this is the $50 at the time that we went on it,
Yes.
dinner show,
Yeah.
where you get lots and lots of alcohol. This is included.
It sure is. And I needed it for that dress.
Now, you'll probably more than cover your entry charge
In the drinks.
in drinks.
I
So
definitely
if you
did.
like cocktails and drinks,
Yes.
this is the place to be.
And food. And yes.
And the show, again, is another sort of tragedy, Cirque du Soleil type thing. With
Yeah, I think
singing,
you're right.
But they do lots of modern songs within there with their take on it.
Yes.
So if you like people who do those sort of covers, like a pentatonics type band,
Yeah.
there are ones like that. The food in there were amazing to the
We
degree.
loved it.
The starter that were within there made us get into a conversation that Virgin Voyages needs to have an
Indian,
restaurant on board
yes.
because it was so good.
Yeah.
But again, we would really encourage people to.
We absolutely
see
loved
this.
it. Everybody got in the spirit of it.
We got a rose. You carried that rose around with you because this is also Scarlet Night.
That's why I've got the red frock on, yes. Oh, I mean, here's me with another cocktail. I needed it.
And they kept filling the wine up all the way through.
They did, and it was good wine.
At parts they come
Champagne.
and jump on the table in front of you.
Yes.
And we had them singing on our table and
Yeah.
running around on the table.
We did have to move, but we'll talk about that
They
in
let you know
the
in
review.
advance. That's that bit that we went
I
over.
loved it. It was like
that's one of the bits, the other starter even
it was like
there.
a pani puri. Oh, I loved it.
And we even ended up in the show at one point.
We did.
And thankfully, one of the people on our table recorded this. So that's
Kindly.
who did the recording for us. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
It is an absolute must-do, and there will be a more in-depth review coming up. But again, we've given that another 10.
Yes.
It's just a must-do.
Yes.
Do you agree?
Loved it.
Look at you with all your roses there.
I know. I felt better coming out than I did going in.
Right, moving on to the parties. So on our particular cruise, we had the pyjama party, the 80s party, and Scarlet party. And then on the final night, there was also We Fancy that we're not covering on here because we didn't do that much of it.
Well, it was on the last night, so we dressed for it, but but we ended up in bed.
Because we had to also do the
Packing,
packing and all
yeah.
that as well.
Yeah.
The pyjama party is where we're starting off, and this was on the first night.
Yes.
So, as you said, you're thrown right into it.
Yeah.
Which, no problem on there at all. All of the parties, you end up with the Happenings crew, which is the entertainment crew on Virgin, doing what look like impromptu dances and performances. I'm sure they're all planned exactly when they're going to be doing them.
Yes.
But it just breaks out. It's not just a disco. There's singing. You've got Abby in there
Abby.
singing. You have the diva as well.
Yeah.
Just really fun nights. And normally the pyjama party is outside.
Yes.
But as we were coming out, we just got on during the entire cruise. It was the only time where there was a tiny little bit of rain.
The weather turned.
And they just decided that it wasn't worth doing it outside. As it happened, it was okay later on. And to be clear, you are staging that.
I know, I
You
am.
just
But it
pretend.
sums up how I felt at that time.
Yeah, because this was very late.
Very late for a first night on a cruise.
Yeah. And he said we'd already done several of the
Oh,
other bits
good grief, Lindsay.
Club 80s or Club Rubiks,
Club
the 80s
Rubiks,
party.
yes. Yeah.
Again, we got dressed up a little bit earlier on in the evening.
Well, not too early. I went to see the show in that frock, didn't I?
Yeah, when I say early on in the evening, I
Yeah.
don't mean like
Not
2
for
o'clock in the
dinner.
afternoon.
Not for dinner.
No, we went for dinner, then we got changed into it.
Yeah.
The 80s party is fun, and again, you have the people dancing in there. But you weren't as keen on the music in it, were you?
It was a bit jive bunny in respect of the mix. You'd have for example, Relax, Frankie Goes to Hollywood. Everybody made a beeline for the stage, and then it turned into like Steve Winwood or something. It was the songs weren't on for very long, so
Some of them were.
Yeah.
You had some classics on.
yeah, but not the classics. They're not the really dancey ones.
No, and we love 80s music. That's the time
We
we
were
were teenagers.
teenagers in the 80s.
And everyone in there did. Now, as you can see, people are still jumping around and thoroughly enjoying themselves, as were we.
yeah.
We would have just tweaked the music choice.
I
a little
would
bit.
I would have tweaked it.
But again, you've got the performances in there, and the diva's just so funny.
Yes, she's fabulous. But yeah, I would have
That would
tweaked
be
it a
your
little.
criticism, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
For that.
yeah. More of the electronica dance music.
Some more sort of Fatboy Slim type.
No,
Or is
that's
that
90s.
Oh,
That's
yeah, it is.
90s. Oh my goodness, Marky.
I have to give my 80s card back now.
Oh, you do. You do.
But we thoroughly enjoyed it, as is the case with all the parties, because it isn't just one of these where you just turn up and dance and then go up. You are entertained throughout it as well.
You brought into it, aren't you?
You are, yeah. Now, the big one that everyone talks about,
Scarlet Night.
Scarlet Night. It's a ship-wide party, and we've talked about this before, that we would like to see the 80s one and the pyjama party extend out from just those areas.
Yes.
Scarlet Night does that.
Yes.
And so you've got the big pool party, weather permitting.
Yes.
But for a couple of hours before that, there's lots of stuff going off inside. You've got sort of the octopus show with Abby and the Theatre. We couldn't go to that because we were at Another Rose before that night. And then as you come out, this particular one was for Best Dressed on Scarlet Night. And as we were walking past, they grabbed you and said, "Oh, can you enter
I was
this?"
actually looking for the ladies.
You were, which you didn't get to until after this.
No.
We've just come out of Another Rose straight into this.
So I've had a few
holding all your roses.
I've had a few
cocktails at this point.
And not a bathroom break.
And
so
this is where they're just announcing who's won. Who could it be? You little bird.
I couldn't believe it.
No. But then we went up to the proper pool.
And I'm in the top deck. Now, I did have a B dress. This is A dress. I were meant to get changed into the B dress, but the bathroom situation led to me being up on the top deck in that dress.
Yeah, it did. What I did notice there, I don't recall it at the time, but from us leaving there to you going to the bathroom and then straight upstairs, you've lost 2 roses.
No, I gave one to Pam.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so would you give one to Lizzie as well?
Yeah.
All right, so that's where they vanished to. The Scarlet Pool Party is now, I don't know if infamous is the right word.
Legendary.
Legendary, that is absolutely the right word. There is nothing to compare to this on any other cruise line.
No.
And it sounds like we're sort of working for Virgin at this point with how much praise we're giving these, but there genuinely is nothing to compare to it.
Now, I was on this holiday for a big birthday.
You were?
And because everybody threw themselves into it, I didn't feel like I was having a midlife crisis. No, it's true, because I was like, I want to have a great birthday holiday, and I want to and pretend I'm young, and I felt young.
But the thing is, most of the people on here as well were sort of in our age group. You've got to
they did have younger people.
Yeah. You've got people up into the late 80s and 90s, and you've got some people in the 20s and 30s. But that majority are in that sort of late 30s to 60s.
Yeah, and they played music from when you were a teenager, music when you were 20s. It was just, really fabulous. Loved it.
Now, at the Scarlet Party, as you see, again, you got people like Abby performing up there, you got all the dancers, you had Alejandro, and you had Jake, and the rest of the happenings.
Cast,
But as soon as you see the splashing getting into there, very quickly, you will start to see people getting into there, and they start off just dancing on the top bit.
Yes.
And then that, as you can see.
Yes.
And then it rapidly ends up with people jumping into the pool fully clothed.
Yes.
And you'll find that most people on the ship are up here for this party.
It was fantastic. Fantastic. There I am, dry. There's Pam and Andrew getting in, paddling. The paddling turned to dipping.
Turned to dive bombing.
There you are.
Yeah, and I'm in trousers at that point.
Yeah, so Pam's now in the water. You're now in the water.
Why were you in full-length pants that night? I think it's probably...
Well, we were meant to be getting changed. Because we went to Another Rose. We were meant to be getting changed.
I think I was planning on changing into some nice shorts.
Yeah, but at least he didn't stand... there was...
Beforehand, you went, there's no way I'm getting into this pool in the dress. That's why I've got my plan, my second one, followed by there you are in the pool.
I mean, and the water was so warm. It was lovely.
They turned the temperature.
Oh, yes. And it was so fun. It was just, here I am, a vision.
But we do love the parties on there. There is nothing to compare to them on any other cruise line.
No.
And we'd give them 9 out of 10, only because it would be good to see them extend a couple of them.
Yes.
Outside of where they do now.
Yes.
There is so much other entertainment on there, though. It isn't just about parties.
Yeah, I know. It's like the quizzes, but the quizzes are even done in a more fun way.
They are, and they've put a lot more on during the day now as well.
Where am I going here?
We're going to the VHS 80s workout.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I can't remember which party night this was after, but after one of them, and all of us managed to
No,
end
it was
up down there.
It was the Monday morning following the pyjama party
was
the
it?
night before.
But it was good.
I mean,
we didn't have to work out too hard.
well,
and I think there was still quite a lot of cocktails in there.
Karaoke.
And we did this with a couple of other friends, Pam and Andrew on there, and Sean and Lizzie. And that was much more fun than when we last went and did it, and just the two of us. Because we realised at one point that you get scores.
Oh my goodness, once Lizzie figured there were a score, she turned into Adele. It was like, she was like, I am not losing. And she won, she did win.
Yeah. You've got little sort of pop-up entertainments as well from singers and jugglers and magicians and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Including at the afternoon tea at SIP on the day that we were there, but later on, they had a magician there as well.
Oh, now the...
This is called horseplay.
Yeah, this is where you buy
buy
your
a
little horse.
And decorate it.
I'm thinking of the lady.
Now, it costs $250 to enter this.
Yes,
this is not a cheap thing.
But there's
you win
big prize money.
The person who won, and you've got a 6-to-1 chance of winning, so 6 people enter, wins $1,350.
Yes, not an insignificant amount.
We did this on our first ever Virgin cruise.
And we won.
But to be fair, I then shared it with the other
Yeah,
contestants.
you did, yeah.
We kept half of it and we shared it with other people because it was just such great fun.
Yeah.
But this bit here, they changed one of the
rules.
And the lady walking down there was not happy about it.
Because it used to be, you got that switcheroo. You could switch your seahorse with the seahorse in front.
And she was at the back.
So we were all thrilled for her.
Oh, she jumped right to the front.
No, she didn't.
No.
It was the horse in front now.
And the one at the one.
New rules.
You've also got things like the arcade, and you've got the games that we're going to see outside in a second as well. So, entertainment's a subjective word because it's whatever entertains you.
But they've also, I would say there's more during the day now. One of the criticisms when they first launched was that there wasn't enough to do during the day.
No.
But they listen and they change it.
They do.
Now there's loads of things happening.
There's so much going on during the day now. It doesn't look at this park. This was, I took this little piece here from when I was doing the ship tour, which when we were in port, and it was about 12 o'clock, so it was very quiet where I am now.
But those games, those are open all the time now.
Whereas they just used to be open for selected hours.
Yes.
So you can go down there, and in a late afternoon, you
early
walk through
evening,
there, and it were packed with people playing games
Yes.
in groups or as a couple.
Yeah.
And
then the
quiz, as well as the quizzes that are on and karaoke that's on.
Abby the hostess.
You've got the Virgin Voyages cabarets.
Yes.
You've got people like Abby that do in there. You've got the Diva that does one.
Yeah.
You've got Lola from Lola's Library that does one. And they are so much fun.
And the classic, what you would see as classic songs are...
But with their
a virgin twist. Yeah.
And when that first started, it was quiet, but then got busier.
Oh, it
they
certainly
even
did.
do a stargazing.
Yes,
now, the observant amongst you, mind you, it's not dark, as did both Abby and her co-host, which doesn't work out as well for them. And they just added it into it, didn't they?
Yeah.
They were just so
It was
fun.
like, but it would have been lovely if it was darker.
And you could see stars.
Yes.
And then you've got this. We're down at the Sit Bar, and that were very popular in the evening.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice bar
for pre-drinks and everything.
And you can get martinis in there as well, and espressos and chocolate martinis.
Oh, yeah, they did an espresso martini. Was very good.
It
Yes,
very good
yeah.
It were Alejandro told us.
Alejandro told us, yes.
He said that's where you need to go.
And we took their advice and we went straight away.
In terms of overall review score, though, we think that Virgin is now the best entertainment at sea.
I can't wait to go back.
I can. To be clear, for adults.
Yes.
If you're looking for things like the Disney stuff, it's different. But we've given it a 9.5 out of 10.
I loved it, darling. Well, thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you for watching and have a lovely day.